Joe Biden could scupper a US-UK trade deal in favour of the Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership (TTIP) with the EU if he becomes US president, a scholar has claimed. International Trade Secretary Liz Truss is expected to meet her U.S. counterpart Robert Lighthizer in Washington on Monday for the third round of talks to reach a trade deal between the two countries. Prime Minister Boris Johnson put an agreement with the U.S. at the heart of his plans to revive the British after Brexit, and Ms Truss's decision to travel during the coronavirus pandemic highlights London's willingness to broker a deal. The Department for International Trade said in a statement, "The Secretary of State is meeting Robert Lighthizer during a critical time in the negotiations, and it is essential we agree the next steps and priorities for the trade talks. A deal will be a key driver in levelling up the UK by boosting the economy by £15 billion and removing almost £500 million worth of tariffs." Despite Ms Truss' visit, the talks have been beset by disagreements, and Mr Lighthizer said a deal is unlikely to happen this year. In a recent entry for the London School of Economics, LSE's blog, Dalibor Rohac, a research fellow at the American Enterprise Institute, provided an analysis of the negotiations. Mr. Rohan claimed the great fanfare around the US-UK trade agreement creates expectations that almost certainly will not be met. He wrote, "While the Trump administration is looking for an easy deal and a symbolic gesture, it stands little chance of getting through the current House of Representatives, or being upheld by a Biden White House. The upcoming U.S. presidential election is due to take place on November 3 and could further complicate negotiations over a US-UK trade deal." Joe Biden, Mr. Trump's Democratic rival, is said to be against the landmark free trade agreement between the two nations. His position on the matter is not exactly known, but Democratic Party leaders have been much more lukewarm on Brexit than leading Republicans. Moreover, according to Mr. Rohan, Mr. Biden is more likely to reopen negotiations for the TTIP with the EU instead. He wrote, "Meaningful trade agreements require difficult compromises on both sides, upsetting interest groups.